His agent went on national television last week and said about the biggest decision of this NBA offseason, believe nothing, because he hasn't had a single conversation with him yet. He also said somewhere between 10 and 12 teams have already called. The free agent they're calling about is 41 years old, in his 24th season, and he just averaged 21 points a night.
LeBron James down the track. Look out! Blocking foul. That's a three-point attempt. Look out below. LeBron again! He's back! Up ahead behind the defense. It's James. LeBron added another poster to his all-time collection.
He could sign for $57 million. He could also sign for $3.9. And here's the thing the whole league understands and won't say out loud. It's the $3.9 million version that should scare them. Because for that number, the league minimum, LeBron James can do something the NBA spent its entire last labor deal trying to make impossible. Start with the menu, because the range is absurd. Door 1, the max. In Los Angeles, with his bird rights, the Lakers could in theory pay him up to $57.75 million next season. Nobody, not even the Lakers, actually expects that.
Let me just say that when he said August, that left a reaction in the league. They were like, seriously? People are texting me like, seriously, you think it could be August?
Right.
Let me explain something to you about the timeline for LeBron. I totally get, and he has earned the right to wait as long as he wants. He could wait until September and announce he wants to play, and there would be teams beating down his door to sign him. But if he wants to sign with the Lakers for any significant amount of money, he's probably going to have to make up his mind by mid to late June, because that is what his cap hold is. And that means that that number sits on the Lakers' books, even though he's not signed. It sits on the Lakers' books until something happens.
Door 2, the likely one, re-sign with the Lakers somewhere in the 20 to 30 million range. He's entrenched there. His son Bronny is on the roster, and by every report, he and Luka Doncic fit.
Again, what's important at this point, right? Like, first of all, he's not playing 82 games anymore. Like, he's not doing that. We've seen him sort of dwindle in the postseason. Do you stay in a position where you believe you will be able to add to your legacy as far as rings and championship, and you have this incredible life already? We know you're near the back end of this. What's the alternative? I guess it also becomes a question. The alternative is to go get paid highly and do nothing? I mean, you always are going to be LeBron James, so you are a draw, but like, what is your priority at this point in your career? Because remember, when he went out to LA, part of it was his family was out there and the other things that he was doing business-wise. Like, I can't answer that. What is his priority? If his priority is still being in LA and another championship, then yeah, I think you would take a little bit off, take a little bit less at this point in your career.
Door 3, chase a ring on a contender. But here the rules bite. A team like Golden State could only offer him the non-taxpayer mid-level, about $15 million, $37 million less than he made last year.
There is a little bit more of an urgency, and he doesn't have to, he can go on his vacation, whatever, but unless LeBron wants to sign for $3 million somewhere, which is what the NBA minimum is for a player with his experience level, he is going to have to probably come up with his mind sooner. He has made so much money in his career, he could sign for anything. But if the LeBron that I know wants to be respected, it's not even about the actual paycheck, it's about what the respect that the paycheck includes. And if he wants that respect, he probably will have to move up his timeline.
And door 4, the one that matters, the veteran minimum. About $3.9 million, and on a one-year deal, it counts as just $2.5 million against a team's books.
LeBron James, who, according to Rich Paul, would be willing to play now for the veteran minimum $3.9 million. He now has the greatest value in the history of American sports, if that's what he's willing to pay for. I mean, that's like walking into a car lot, seeing a little older Bentley. It's a used Bentley, but you're like, it's a Bentley. We'll give it away for $1,200. I'll take it. I don't need it. I don't even have a garage space. I'll take it. But behind Rich Paul, and I think he's talking to Max Kellerman, there's a board, and on the board are all the teams listed.
4 doors, and the only person who decides which one he walks through is him. Now, connect it to the rule we just spent a whole video on. The second apron. The league built that line to stop the richest teams from stacking stars. Cross it and you lose almost every tool. No mid-level signings, no aggregating salaries for a trade, no real way to add talent. The wall is supposed to be sealed, But there's one door the second apron can't lock: a minimum contract. Anyone can sign a minimum deal, even a team buried over the apron. So a 41-year-old willing to play for $3.9 million walks straight through the wall the NBA built to keep super teams out. He could join Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray in Denver. He could walk onto the champion Knicks. He could go back to Cleveland, pick the scariest roster in basketball. For the minimum, he can join it.
After LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers on Tuesday, he returned back to the golf course. And so clearly, LeBron James is not in a rush right now to make a decision. He's evaluating everything, but his biggest priority in all this is finding a team where he feels like he's going to have a chance to play meaningful basketball, compete for a championship. My understanding is this will not be a financially driven money decision. And so his agent, Rich Paul, has been getting about a dozen pitches ever since free agency opened at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Monday.
One analyst writing about this exact scenario put it flatly: a minimum deal LeBron would undercut everything the commissioner is trying to do for competitive balance, and called it the funniest possible outcome in the league. That's not our spin, that's the league's own machinery, and the man it can't account for. Here's the honest part: he probably won't do that. The reporting says the opposite, that re-signing with the Lakers is the expected outcome, because he's been in LA 8 years, his family's there, Bronny's there, and the Lakers can pay him more than anyone else can. A dangerous door is the one he most likely won't open. So, why does it matter? Because of what his choice does to a franchise even before he makes it. The moment free agency opens, LeBron's contract carries a $57 million cap hold that sits on the Lakers' books. They cannot spend $1, cannot chase the center Luka wants, can't finalize anything until LeBron decides.
What does that happen? Number one, he signs. Maybe he signs for $58 million. Maybe he signs for $28 million. Maybe he signs for $10 million. Or, and look, this is just reality. This is not, I don't think, meant to be insulting or anything. If the Lakers don't get a clear answer from LeBron by July 1st, they may have to renounce his rights and say, LeBron, we have to move on. We have to plan for next season. And then that money would just come off of their books. I would be stunned if that happened.
His indecision alone freezes an entire team's off-season. That's the real lesson. The most restrictive labor deal in the history of American sports was written to bind 450 players to a system, a cap, a tax, 2 aprons, a wall. And the one person it cannot bind is the 41-year-old who gets to choose, on his own timeline, whether to honor the wall or walk through it. Every other star is told what they're worth. He decides what he's worth, and what it costs everyone else. The aprons, the cap, the wall, all of it was built on one idea: that no single player should be able to tilt the league. LeBron James's answer at 41 on a discount is that he still can. By the time you watch this, he may have already signed, so look at which door he chose, and then ask the only question that matters on this channel: who paid for it? We read the fine print so you don't have to. This is Beyond the Buzzer.